Hello everyone, welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking about the second episode that got me to think about quitting Family Guy. I would say it was the third worst episode I've ever seen because it really wasn't as bad as the other two, but it'll still never be as good as the old ones. This episode is called Mom's the Word. It's from season 12. And apparently Peter's mom has died. He finds this out when he comes home from work. So he befriends one of her old friends, Evelyn. During the episode, Evelyn starts to hit on Peter. He misinterprets it and thinks that they are just great friends until she kisses him without any warning, and after that starts doing things such as quote-unquote accidentally showing her thighs. So he leaves her because he's mad at her for kissing him. Don't know why he doesn't just calmly tell her that he isn't interested in dating and continue the friendship like normal people, instead of just blasting out on her, but this is Peter we're talking about. After a while, he realizes he shouldn't have been so harsh, and she realizes she shouldn't have been hitting on him because she's a lot older than he is. Now I'm going to digress a bit, sorry about this, and talk about how much I hate it when society is against older women dating young men, but old men can date young women. Have you seen Breaking Bad, for example? All the women are in their 30s and their husbands are at least 60. Why must life in TV shows be like this? Or possibly life be like this? Are women sex objects who have to be young and perfect looking? Is that it? Because that's pretty much what society seems to think, including Seth MacFarlane. Because he's kind of subconsciously saying here, she's an old woman, she can't date him. See, that's just my opinion, or maybe I'm being a bit oversensitive. There have been other times where he promoted this idea about women having to be young, though, like in that episodes where Diane Simmons was killing everyone because she was all pissed off that she got killed off the news because she was being replaced by a younger woman in her 30s. See, I know that if she was a man, I know without being told that if she was a man, they would have kept her on if she was 50 or 60. But since she's a woman, they're saying she has she she's 10 years away from getting her first wrinkle. We should take her off the news. Yeah, I hate it when when people do that. It's like women aren't sex objects and oh okay. Digression over. Sorry about that. Back to the episode. It was a bit boring, not like the Family Guy episodes I know and love. It started with some unnecessary filler when Peter has diarrhea at work from eating raw cookie dough as well as a taco he found in the parking lot. Yes, he really has gone crazy with stupidity. The jokes throughout that episode are okay, but really not that funny. There is a funny one where they talk about, well, it's a bit funny where they talk about how the Jews make up holidays, and then they show a or supposedly make up holidays, and then they show a flashback of Stewie and Brian talking to a rabbi, asking him about how the Jews make up, talking to the rabbi, sorry, asking about how the Jews make up holidays to get out of everyday work. The rabbi then leaves saying, I gotta go, today's boch. That was funny, but at the same time as thinking it's funny, it has that overused feeling. The joke I feel like the joke was just recycled from the other jokes that they keep recycling. The humor really isn't as fresh as it used to be, and like I said in my first rant about the show, each joke has to be about religion, culture, or celebrities, and it's getting boring and annoying. I know I'm talking about this joke or not, about this joke a lot. This joke wasn't very clever either. Anyone can do it. Just like the other jokes, hardly any effort is put into it. Jokes aren't very clever anymore. They're funny, but still, anyone can just say, oh, when I asked a rabbi about him making up holidays, he said, I gotta go, today's boch. It's still funny, but it's not as clever as the old jokes. Okay, and it's annoying how it has to be about religion, culture, or celebrities just like the other jokes. Okay, the rest of Peter's subplot was reasonable, but what really pissed me off about this subplot is the ending. Peter apologizes to Evelyn for being such a jerk, and they make up, falling with some stupid thing that the new Family Guy episodes seem to do. Have you noticed how they'll kind of when two characters make up, they'll do this stupid thing where they have this when the character tilts their head a little bit and smile, the music will be like, da-na. Then the other character will do the same thing. Da-na. What the hell is that about? Is that supposed to be funny or heartwarming or what? Anyway, Peter hugs Evelyn and accidentally breaks her back or neck, immediately killing her. He isn't even sad about it. He's literally just like, oh no, I killed this person I certainly don't care about. I have to leave her on the bench and make it look like she died on her own so that no one knows I did. Now ask the guy with the wheelbarrow to get rid of her. That's my best imitation of Peter's voice. Let me know if you like it. I can understand that he wouldn't want anyone to see him with her, because that could lead to serious trouble, but the fact that he had no sympathy or guilt that he just killed someone who he was becoming such good friends with. Oh, Peter. Now to talk about the other subplot this episode, the one that really got me thinking it. Oh no, here we go. It's about Stewie suddenly being scared of death. He decides that he wants to get death over with by committing suicide, and, surprise, surprise, the writers are light about it. I'm not very surprised that Family Guy's portraying suicide like a joke, as I feel like they're always doing something like this, but it still sickens me. Like they are literally just saying, "Oh, Stewie wants to commit suicide. Isn't that funny?" No. Oh my God, it's one course meal all over again. Actually, I wouldn't say that. I take that back. It wasn't as bad as one course meal, but it was somewhat close to one course meal. In case you don't know, one course meal is an episode of SpongeBob. I'll let you look it up for yourself. I won't waste time talking about it. They do take, yeah, just I'll tell you, it's from SpongeBob One Course Meal. They do take the moment seriously a little bit at times, like Stewie's moment a bit seriously at times, such as playing semi-sad music as he attempts to jump out a window. But then they'll, I guess, ruin it. It's almost a moment, and then they'll have a character, like Brian, say something witty about the situation. Not cool. Family Guy, are you so addicted to comedy that you can't stop for one scene to treat a serious situation like it is? Must everything be put in a light as funny? A good comedy show, such as Futurama, would do. I know I talk about Futurama a lot. A good comedy show like Futurama would do it where if it features a serious situation, they'll take it seriously, and then they'll have other scenes where they put the comedy, and they don't blend the comedy in with the serious situation. Like, for example, when Leela's mourning the fact that she never knew her parents, they'll take that seriously, and then in another scene they'll have jokes. They won't make fun of it. They won't try to make us laugh about the situation that she's in. Brian, he is, surprise, surprise, a total idiot who doesn't give a shit about Stewie's feelings. I don't even know why Stewie still goes to Brian for help with his troubles after he neglected and even physically abused Stewie in Be Careful What You Wish For. He finally starts to show sympathy at the end of the episode. All of a sudden he's showing sympathy by talking Stewie out of jumping out the window and telling him to live life to the fullest. See, as much as I like this, I don't get how from Brian goes from just not caring about Stewie to totally caring about him and helping him out. Like, it was a bit forced, I would say. I'm not trying. I really hope I don't sound offensive to anyone. I think he has bipolar. It makes sense when you think about it. You know, just he kind of changes moods and changes his minds at the time. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, he suggests to Stewie that if he's scared of death, he should do what he really wants to do while he's alive. Stewie says, "Okay, I want to be a bar singer." And now for the main moment, the worst moment of the episode. Here we go. So Brian watches Stewie sing in the bar, but decides that he sucks at singing, and throws a gun onto the stage saying, "Okay, I changed your mind, go kill yourself." Oh, ha ha ha, Family Guy, you're so funny. Ha ha ha! I'm probably being a bit oversensitive, but then again, maybe I'm not. Suicide is a serious thing that Seth MacFarlane shouldn't be joking about. This episode would have had a chance if it weren't for this stupid joke. Seth MacFarlane will give you some feedback. If you're going to do something like suicide, then do like what I said before. Take the situation seriously and then have other moments where there's comic relief. Don't actually try to make us laugh at the situation. After this episode, I decided, okay, enough. I'm sick of Family Guy. It doesn't look like it's going to get better. I'll just stop watching. But unfortunately, I didn't stop. I guess it was kind of just hard to stop watching something like this. First of all, because my family was still watching, and it's nice to watch with them because we would always watch on Sunday nights, and Sunday nights, and it's a nice way to relax. Well, we used to always watch on nights, and yeah, I always found it relaxing. And another reason is because I just found it hard to leave a show that I watched for so long. Even after these episodes, I'm just like, oh no. And even after these two episodes, I'm just like, oh no, it's Family Guy. It's funny. See, I'm used to it being funny. I've watched it since I was like 8. I was still in the habit of thinking it was an amazing show, and I wasn't ready to give up on it yet. But see, the third episode I'm going to talk about, something about that episode made me realize if this isn't going to get better, this isn't Family Guy anymore. Anyway, I'll talk about it in my next rant. So yeah, anyway, the next week I thought, okay, when the third episode got taped and we were going to watch it, I thought, okay, this is still a funny show. I'll watch this episode. Of course, I was wrong. Tune in for the next time I make my rant on the third worst Family Guy episode that I'm sorry, the third episode that got me to quit the show. Okay, see ya.